you must be focused. It's a lot of pressure. Everything is important. You need to concentrate. White Rabbit is not just a restaurant. This is something happening in my brain. It's like Alice in the Wonderland. You never know what's gonna happen next. My past is very important for me. I come from a long line of chefs. When I was young, I really want to be like my father, a very good chef. But it's not for the glory, but for the inspiration. I was 18 when I left my small city. I had learned everything I could. I want to find a new inspiration. I want to find my style. I use just Russian ingredients for cooking. Sometimes very strange combinations. I take inspiration from the market. My ambition is to preserve the Russian taste through reinvention. Never be a tragedy to lose sight of our history. So I travel for inspiration. Try to find people to learn from.
Мы открываем духовку, и гости здесь сидят, например, да, мы открываем духовку, пахнет такой дымом, баней, и люди сразу понимают, что это Россия.
So I take these recipes, remember these roots, and start to represent it in a new way. This is my style. Inside the monastery, you catch the smells of the past. The inspiration comes every time, and you must catch it. I want to create a dish. Nobody made it before. I know it's possible. I think so. If I think about the beef, first of all, I think about the ribs. Steak is too easy for me. And I smoke it with the gooseberry crust. People have been smoking meat for centuries, but combination of the taste is not traditional. The garnish will be figs. It's incredible taste. My food is always changing. Depends of my mood. Depends of mood of the guests. But when it comes to White Rabbit, every time it's something from my heart. You know, it's like magic. The past is the foundation. But I want to be in the future.
Hello and welcome to this online premiere. And on behalf of Ibrahim Khalil Kanu, we invite you to the Lexus showroom right here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. My name is Osama Al-Rumehi, and tonight we celebrate craftsmanship, exhilarating performance, open-air oneness with nature, as well as energize all of our senses. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to show you the latest performance flagship from Lexus, the 2021 LC500 convertible. Wow, what a stunning, handsome car. If you would like to see it for yourself, after this video premieres, this car will be available right here at the Lexus showroom. However, for now, I pass you over to Casper Tulling, who will go more in depth on its exterior features.
Innovative design cues and meticulous craftsmanship is something that Lexus has been specializing in for years. And with the 2021 LC convertible, they have made no exception. From end to end, they've ensured that drivability is at no point compromised. Imagine the LC in its most breathtaking form. This is what they told us when they released the first launch video of this particular car. And to me, that statement is as accurate as you'd want it to be. It's a gorgeous continuation of the striking design lines of the original LC500 Coupe. But now, with its soft top, it's slightly different. The Coupe's graceful lines remain intact and are unhindered by the installation of an insulated 4-layer folding fabric soft top, making the car look smart with the roof raised or lowered. Now, once the roof has been lowered, it is safely stored under a solid back piece. And this is to ensure that the car's lines remain completely intact. And it also ensures that drivability of this car remain completely intact, because ultimately, that plays a very key role in the entire development of this car. The sleek, almost streamlined body is explained when you see the side profile of this car with its hidden door handles and sculpted side mirrors. But other subtle details are not left untouched either, as the complete exterior of this car is peppered with details that are quintessentially Lexus. The LED arrowhead, daytime running lights, and triple projector headlights combined with its spindle grille give the LC a very dynamic and broad stance. Now, when it comes to the rear of the car, they've made subtle changes, but most of all, they have still stuck to the L motif rear taillight design, but they've adapted it a little bit to make them look like afterburners, which they've done with mirrors to give it more of a depth of field. Now, ultimately, all these little design cues need to come together as one. And that brings us to the second part, because all of this put together does come with something special. But for that, we need to take a look at the beating heart of the LC500 convertible.
So the LC convertible hones the driving pleasure on top of the driving experience that we've learned to love from the LC Coupe. Whether on the freeway or climbing a mountain road, the driving feel, complemented by its naturally aspirated V8 engine, creates an experience you can only have top down. The 5-liter engine develops 471 horsepower at 7,100 revolutions per minute, and that is connected to a 10-speed automatic gearbox that sends all the power to the rear wheels, giving you the base ingredients for a true Grand Tourer. So this car comes with 21-inch wheels wrapped in 245mm and 275mm tires front and back. On top of that, you also have 400mm ventilated brake disc rotors at the front and 359mm at the back, ultimately giving you the utmost confidence while driving. Alongside the architectural performance-oriented platform and low center of gravity, the car always manages to grasp your attention, even in normal driving conditions, where the transmission shifts are so smooth that you'd be hard-pressed to feel a gear change. But as Casper mentioned earlier, the beating heart is just as important as the exterior visuals. So let's turn the key and listen to what the car sounds like.
Now, combining the striking exterior and power brings us to this final stage, which is the interior of this car. Now, Lexus have managed to create a seamless flow when it comes to exterior and interior feel. And that is accomplished by something very unique. And it's known as Takumi craftsmanship. Takumi craftsmen are the perfectionists in every aspect of their work. Not a panel untouched and not a stitch overlooked. They are the people who apply the constant care and dedication, ensuring that there's not a single fault with any of their cars coming off the production line. And that level of craftsmanship is very apparent the moment you step behind the steering wheel. Designed to be viewed from the outside and almost cocooned on the inside, they've managed to balance technology with luxury and refinement, and definitely added the true Japanese hospitality. Everything you see and touch and feel is built for a purpose. Everything is within hand's reach. Everything is within view of what it is you are looking at. The building materials of this car are truly one of a kind and definitely thought out to the highest degree. And all thanks to this craftsmanship. There are more intricate details, such as the small rear window deflector behind the seats to ensure minimum airflow for speeds up to 60 kilometers an hour. Special attention was also given to the overall airflow in the cabin, making sure it's as comfortable with the roof down as it would be up. And speaking about the roof, the one party piece this car does have is the fact that you can raise or lower your roof at 50 kilometers an hour, which means in the utmost instant, by the switch and touch of a button, your roof is down or up. Now, the finishing materials of the interior is truly one of a kind. You can see that no ideology or effort was left behind. Now, once you focus your attention back on the tools and tech ahead of you, you are of course welcomed by the infotainment screen combined with the AC controls. In front of you, you have a movable dial, which is actually quite interesting because it moves according to the driving modes that you're in. Nothing's really been left to think about. They've thought of absolutely everything, which is partly the reason this car does come across as quite special. Now, peace of mind is accomplished by making sure you have all the technologies and various other systems in check when it comes to safety. And as you would expect, Lexus has definitely not compromised on that front. This car also comes with the Lexus safety system, and this consists of a broad spectrum of technologies to make sure you stay on the road. Now, some of these features include lane assist, the pre-collision warning, and the dynamic radar cruise control. You also have the vehicle dynamic integrated management to make sure that whatever happens, this car will know before you do.
On behalf of Ibrahim Khalil Kanu, we thank you for tuning in for the premiere of the 2021 Lexus LC500 convertible. For any additional inquiries or questions, please feel free to come down here to the Lexus showroom right here in the Kingdom of Bahrain to see the car in person and to just experience it. As well as you can always give us a call if you can't make it. But thank you so much for watching and see you soon.
No me gusta que la cocina sea tan cuadrada. Siempre lo he enfrentado desde el punto de vista de decir, tienes una libertad infinita para poder hacer lo que tú quieras, ¿no? La búsqueda de mi cocina es crear algo más elevado que solo la suma de buenos ingredientes. La verdad que me llevasen en un LS fue una experiencia única. El nivel del acabado del interior del coche, la comodidad, el confort. Creo que eso hace que ya no te sientas que estás montado en un auto, ¿no? Sino que sea algo más. Y pues ahora mismo lo que estamos haciendo en Nueva York, a través de Intersect by Lexus, pero cuando cierro los ojos me transporto como si estuviera en mi hogar, en Santiago de Chile. Cuando tenía 26 años estaba trabajando de chef en Mónaco y ahí me ofrecieron pues, un proyecto muy interesante en Chile y bueno, empecé a investigar un poco. No conocía mucho, la verdad, del sitio donde iba a llegar y la verdad que me pareció súper interesante y aparte iba a ser la primera vez que realmente iba a poder demostrar un poco todo lo que ya había trabajado, ¿no? Y hacer las cosas a mi manera. ¿Sabes? Había pensado que a lo mejor podíamos probar con uno que todavía no habíamos metido en todo el tiempo en ninguno de los menús, el picoroco. ¿Sabes? ¿Tú lo has visto? ¿Lo conoces?
No sé.
¿No? Es un marisco, ¿vale? Es como un molusco que vive dentro de una piedra. Bueno, te voy a dibujar un poco mejor para que lo puedas... Es un marisco, cuando lo veas vas a ver que es una cosa súper diferente. ¿Sabes? Que aparte solo se da aquí en Chile. La geografía de Chile es súper variada, ¿no? Pues presenta caminos muy diferentes, ¿no? De desierto, de montaña, de costa. El LX para mí es el coche adecuado porque tiene la sensación de que puedes acceder a todos. Nosotros queremos salirnos de lo convencional en el planteamiento de 040, pero es indispensable seguir utilizando los métodos tradicionales que al final son la base de la cocina con la que hemos empezado a cocinar desde que hemos aprendido toda la vida, ¿no? Todo el mundo, ¿no? Y eso siempre se va a mantener. Necesitas de la tradición para poder innovar. Eso es indispensable.
Hola, hola.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Quería hacerles una consulta. ¿Será posible encontrar picoroco por aquí?
Pero él el que sabe, pues él
la experiencia.
que saca... Vamos a ver, si sale algo.
Bueno, muy bien. Cuando hice la mezcla del picoroco con el aceite de callampa seca, la yema de huevo de codorniz, el sabor era... El resultado me sorprendió mucho. Sí. O sea, para mí manejar el X ha sido alucinante, ¿no? Desde la primera vez que te subes al auto, no es solo como la sensación de que... Es como sensación de lujo, ¿sabes? De que vas dentro del coche y está todo calculado hasta el último milímetro, ¿no? O sea, como que es un sitio que realmente te sientes súper cómodo, más allá de como si fueras manejando, ¿sabes? No es como ir en auto, es un poco la sensación que tuve. El resultado me sorprendió, el sabor era como nada que hubiera probado antes, el sabor era... que son balanceadas, son ingredientes que unen a los otros, ¿no? Y crean un nuevo sabor.